It's time for the order book settings and to get you familiar with its various options. You're almost certainly not seeing the order book as I am right now simply because you haven't configured it yet. Now, as you can see, my order book consists of several columns, while yours might look different. And the first thing you need to do is click on the columns you currently have. It doesn't matter where you click, it'll show an option. Even if you click up here, it'll show you an option, meaning a window will open for you. What's the first option in this window? Configure column. When you click this, you'll see the order book settings open up. Each of these corresponds exactly to the columns here, and clicking any of them will open the specific settings for that column. I'll clear all of these for now so we can start from scratch and set up our order book together. Well, I can't have fewer than one column. So first I'll click this plus sign. The first option that appears is current order book. I could choose others, but let's stick with current order book for now. I'll click create and a new column will be created. I'll delete the previous one so we can work on this one. Now you see this column is for the current order book. What does that mean? It displays my current order book, showing the order volume as a histogram and numerically. It shows asks and bids, and now I can go ahead and adjust these. You can see the name here is set to title. You can change it. I'll rename it to COB, which is short for current order book. And here I can play with the options and configure it exactly how I want. For instance, if I uncheck this, it only shows the asks here. If I uncheck that too, nothing shows. I can set it to only display the bids. If the extended option is on, well, as we mentioned, each of these represents price ticks being displayed in your order book, and these price ticks generally depend on your data provider and on how many price levels they are able to provide. If you select the extended option, it will display everything that your provider sends. If it's off, this option becomes active, allowing you to set a limit on the number of price ticks displayed. When you click set, if it's 10 for example, let me turn on the asks too, it'll show 10 price levels. Or if you change it to say 20, it'll show 20 levels, or 100 for 100 levels. So uncheck that and leave it on the extended option for an unlimited view. You can have full access from top to bottom to absolutely everything that your data provider offers you. What is this aggregate option? Look friends, here we see the orders with numbers showing how many orders are placed at each price level, at each price tick. If you click the aggregate option, it will have a specific use. Now what does this do? It adds each price level to the previous level and displays it. Let me show you with an example here. Let's go here. Well, in this area I currently, let me uncheck the aggregate box. I hope you can see, friends. Look, here there are 67 orders and here 95. If I click the aggregate option, it adds these two together, meaning it adds 95 to this 67 and shows me the total at this price level. How much is 95 plus 67? My math is weak. I have to, for you here, add it up. It becomes 162. When I click this aggregate, you see that it shows 162 completely aggregated, it displays, and so on, meaning for example this column includes its own sum plus this plus this plus this, and the aggregation of these becomes this price tick. What use does this have? Well, in the topics we teach you, it doesn't have much use. But one of its uses could be something like this. For example, suppose you are considering that if the price is expected to move, let's say 10 price ticks, let me turn on these 10 price ticks and observe as it moves 10 price ticks. To move upwards, is it easier? Does it have to sweep more orders or downwards? Now that I've set this its maximal depth, you can the aggregation see these here as well. And you see that the aggregation of these gives you a number that becomes the same 865, meaning the same last level that it is. And on this side, 756. So as a result, if it's supposed to the price, for example, 10 ticks higher move, it has to sweep more orders compared to the orders on the downside. This is how you can use the aggregate option, friends. Next here, well, you see inside this current order book of mine, it's showing both the histogram and its numbers. You can just set it to show the histogram and not the numbers. You can set it to only show the numbers, and you can leave it on its default state to show both the histogram and the numbers. There's an option called split display. When you click on this, it displays them separately. It displays and each one is on its own side, and you can invert this display, meaning you can swap them. If you click it, it inverses. When split is on, alignment no longer works. If you turn off split, alignment becomes available, and you can align it to whichever side you like. It's left aligned now. You can center it or right align it.